Welcome all of you to our online lecture of BSc Analytical Chemistry third year. In last lecture we have discussed about the different types of the conductometric titrations. In today's lecture we are going to learn about the redox titration, is one of the conductometric titration, as well as the some part of the. And now today we are going to start the next topic, that is nothing but the potentiometry. So let's see what is redox titration and what is the nature of the titration curve, and after that we'll start with the potentiometry, that is nothing but oxidation potential and the reduction potential. So let's start with the redox titration. Then what is the redox titration? Redox titration is nothing but the titration in which reduction as well as the oxidation takes place. So this is known as the redox titration. Redox means reduction as well as the oxidation. The titration which occurs the simultaneous occurs the reduction as well as the oxidation. Then see, the hydrogen ion H plus are the. See, what is the redox titration? The hydrogen ion H plus are consumed in the oxidation reduction reaction. Therefore, the hydrogen ion concentration decreases from the solution. This is clear from the by considering the equation, that is what the 6Fe plus 2 plus Cr2O7 minus plus 14H, which gives 6Fe plus 3 plus 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2. So this is clear from the above equation, that is what the equation is nothing but 6Fe plus 2 plus Cr2O7 minus plus 14H plus gives 6Fe plus 3 plus 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2. Since the mobility of hydrogen ion is high, therefore a sharp decrease in the conductance is expected during the initial part of the titration. It has been observed that when the initial concentration of acid is moderately high and the relative change in H plus ion concentration is very small, so the redox titration carried out by conductometry give good results only when the initial concentration of acid is low. So the curve for the titration of Fe plus 2 with Cr2O7 minus 2 in low acidic medium is shown below. So this is what the decreasing order of the. So this is about the decreasing order of the line, and this is due to the decrease in the concentration of H plus ion during the titration. Initially it is high, see here it is high, and then after the reaction process it will get low, and at the end point, after the end point it is there is what the constant, and will get the constant or there is no change in the conductance. So this redox titration in the conductometry is useful when the low acidic concentration, initial concentration is low, or low acidic medium. Will get such type of the curve, that is estimation of or the titration of the ferric ion, that is Fe plus 2 to Cr2 with respect to K2Cr2O7 will get the such type of graph. So this is about the redox titration. In redox titration, the firstly the H plus ion concentration is very high, and this H plus ion get consumed in the oxidation reduction reaction, therefore the hydrogen ion concentration decreases from the solution. This is clear from the equation, that is what the CkFe plus 2 plus Cr2O7 minus plus 14H plus, which gives 6Fe plus 3 plus 2Cr plus 3 plus 7H2. Since the mobility of hydrogen ion is high, therefore a sharp decrease in the conductance is expected during the initial part of the titration. It has been observed that which is the initial concentration of acid is moderately high, the relative change in H plus ion concentration is very small. So after the end point, the rate of titration carried out by the conductometry gives good result only when the initial concentration of acid is low. The curve for the titration of Fe plus 2 versus K2Cr2O7 in a low acidic medium is shown below. We see how this line decreasing order line will get, and after the end point will get the constant and there is no change in the conductance, so we will get the interception point is nothing but end point. And this is about the what the redox titration. So this is about the first topic, that is the nothing but the conductometry. In this we have learned about the what is conductometry, what is conductance, the types of conductance, and the variation of conductance with the dilution, the apparatus or equipment for the conductance measurement, the conductivity cell, and the types of conductometric titration, that is acid base titration, that is strong acid with strong base, strong acid with weak acid with strong base, and weak acid with weak base, as well as the mixture of acids and with weak base, then precipitation titration, then redox titration, and so on. So this is about the overall topic, that is conductometry, in the first unit, that is electroanalytical techniques. Then second topic of this unit is the potentiometry. In the potentiometry we generally measure the potential of the ions, that is EMF, due to the mobility of ions. So let's see that is what is potentiometry, what is the oxidation potential, what is standard oxidation potential, and so on. Students, friends, let's start with the electrode potential. Metals have the tendency to pass into the solution as a cation when they are immersed in their salt solution or water. This is the oxidation or de-electronation. This is the oxidation or de-electronation. It's when the metal has the tendency to pass into the solution as a cation when they are immersed in the salt solution or water. This is the oxidation or de-electronation. Similarly, cations surrounding the metal electrode have the tendency to accept electron which is called as reduction or electronation. Thus the electrons by the metal, thus there is a completion of loss and gain of the electrons by the metal. So electrons released accumulated on the metal electrode and cations produced exist in the surrounding solution. This gives rise to the electrical double layer, which is responsible for the electrode potential. It can be represented by the diagram. What happens when the iron electrode, that is any electrode, metal electrode, is dipped in the solution of the salt, it gives electron and forms the metal ion, and this process is known as the de-electronation or the oxidation. Similarly, cations surrounding the metal electrode have tendency to accept the electron, which is called as reduction or electronation. Thus there is a completion of loss and gain of the electrons by metals, and electrons released accumulate on the metal electrodes, and those cations produced exist in the surrounding solution. This gives rise to the electrical double layer, which is responsible for the electrode potential. It can be represented by the diagram. See, in the first diagram, that is the zinc metal rod is immersed in the solution, and that forms the electrical double layer due to the electronation and de-electronation. So zinc electrode is dipped into the ZnSO4 solution. Here what copper metal is dipped into the solution of copper sulfate. So there is the formation of double layer takes place. That is what the zinc and copper. So the in the zinc solution there is a de-electronation occurs. That is what the electrons are released into the solution, and the positive charge on the electrode comes. And here what the in the reduction case, that is what the copper, the electrons are accumulated on the copper plate, because it has the positive charge. Here what electrons are released, so the metal electrode has a negative charge. So the electronation and de-electronation process is occurred. That is, zinc undergoes the reduction and copper undergoes the oxidation. So zinc undergoes the oxidation and copper undergoes the reduction. So we'll get such type of the case. Then see here the electronation and de-electronation. Thus the difference of potential between the electrode and solution around in the equilibrium is called as a single electrode potential, the half cell potential. Alternatively, it is the difference of potential observed at the electrode due to the difference in the rate of de-electronation and electronation. What is the electrode potential? The difference in the potential between the electrode and the solution around in the equilibrium is called a single electrode potential or half cell potential, and alternatively it is difference of the potential observed at the electrode due to the difference in the rate of de-electronation and electronation. So the oxidation potential, it is the difference between the difference of the potential observed at the electrode due to the loss of electron, that is due to the process of the oxidation. So this is known as oxidation potential, and the reduction potential is the potential difference of the potential observed at the electrode due to the gain of electron due to the process of reduction. When oxidation potential of the electrode is known, then the reduction potential of the same electrode is the same with the opposite sign. So if the oxidation is there, E reduction makes positive, then E oxidation means the negative. So ER is equal to minus EO, that is nothing but E oxidation. Then what is standard electrode potential? It is the difference of potential observed at the electrode when it is dipped into the solution of known ions having unit concentration or activity at the temperature of about 298 degree Kelvin. So what is standard electrode potential? It is the difference of potential observed at the electrode when it is dipping into the solution of its own ions having unit concentration or activity and the temperature is about 298 degree Kelvin. Then similarly the standard oxidation potential, it is the potential difference observed at the electrode undergoing oxidation at 298 degree Kelvin when all the substances taking part in the electrode reaction are in their standard state of the unit activity. So what is the standard oxidation potential? Is the difference in the potential observed due to the electrode undergoing oxidation at 298 degree Kelvin temperature when all the substances taking part in the electrode reaction are in the standard state or the concentration or unit concentration or unit activity. Then standard reduction potential E naught R, it is the potential difference observed at the electrode at 298 degree Kelvin due to the reduction process when it is immersed in the solution of its own ions having the unit activity. So again E naught R is equal to minus E naught O. So EO naught and ER naught. So the reduction potential is the potential difference observed at 298 degree Kelvin due to the reduction process when it is immersed in the solution of its own ions having the unit activity, that is nothing but again ER naught is equal to minus EO naught. So this is the standard oxidation potential, standard reduction potential and standard electrode potential. So this is about the topic, that is oxidation potential, oxidation potential and standard oxidation potential. If you have any queries regarding the topic, please put your questions in YouTube question box, comment box, and I will try to answer these questions. So thank you, thanks a lot, have a nice day.